Hey guys, Kimura. Let's take a look at your Kimura from the side control. So the Americana and the Kimura are very similar. The Americana, the arm is upright like this, and the Kimura, the arm is backwards, but it's still bent. So we're going to look at this from the perspective of we're attacking for the Kimura, we're attacking for the Americana, and then our partner starts to defend the arm. So they do that by just trying to stiff arm it. So notice I've lost the Americana grip. I'm going to allow him to continue to push that arm out, which is going to feed right into our Kimura grip from here, and then we can finish. So you can start this the same way you did it with the Americana. So we can go 2-on-1 and we can pin it down. We can allow our partner to try to defend it. Alternatively, if you would like, you can just set up the Kimura right from the get-go. So instead of pushing his arm down this way, you can flip your hands and push his arm down the other way. Whichever option you'd like to do. So we can just start here by pushing his arm down into the Kimura position. His fingers should be pointing at his toes. Just like with the Americana, I want to keep my body down low. I'm going to maintain control of his wrist. I slide my hand palm up underneath. Now, with getting the figure 4 grip on Kimuras, it's a little trickier, so what we can do is we can take our left hand and we can actually bring our left hand up to meet our right hand. Makes the grip a little bit easier to catch. Now, I don't really have any rotation on his arm, so to initiate the rotation, I'm going to open up my base with my feet. I'm going to drop down onto my left hip. So notice, my right foot is flat on the floor, my knee is up to the sky, my left hip is on my partner. And now I'm going to start rotating my body like I'm trying to look at something behind me, which allows me to push his hand backwards. You might not have seen my base, so let's do this one from another perspective so that you can see what we're doing. So again, we can either start with the Americana or you can just push it right down into the Kimura, whichever one you'd like to do. Let's go ahead and start with the Americana and see how we attack when they defend. So I'm going for my Americana. He starts to attack by stiff arming. I allow him to bring the arm through. I get my figure 4. So take a quick look at my feet. I'm on my toes. I have active toes. I'm going to open up my base, and then I drop my left hip down. So all I'm doing is I'm just kind of laying my hip down on my partner. My opposite foot is up in the sky, and now my left hip is heavy and my left toes are still on the floor. Very slowly, I'm going to start to rotate my body like I'm looking at something behind me as I push his hand up towards his head. An additional little technique that you can add in there, or a little step, is if you find that your partner is really sitting up super hard, you can also hip switch and step over the head, which would prevent them from sitting up, and then you can continue with the Kimura from there. This is a lot more powerful, but it does require an additional step, which you can do if you'd like to. Let's do it one more time from the other angle. This time I'll just set up the Kimura right from the get-go. If you would like to, you can also hip switch, step over the head. And this is how we do the Kimura from the side control. It's very similar to the Americana. They work really well together because you can do kind of one after the other. Switch back and forth, mix them up.